Myself, K. Rajshekhar. I teach Indian polity in NTR Education Institutions and Excel Civils Academy. So today we are going to discuss a topic called registration of political parties. So any political party, if they are interested to contest in elections, if they are interested to participate in elections, two conditions has to be fulfilled. The first and foremost condition is, okay, they have to register their political parties. Okay, they have to register their political party. Okay, registration of political party is the first important condition. They have to register their political party before Election Commission of India. Okay, before Election Commission of India, they have to register their political party. And the second important condition is each and every political party, okay, which is registered before Election Commission of India, they have to take a pledge. Okay, a pledge has to be taken by the political parties. The pledge is very simple. The pledge is, okay, they have to respect the principles of Indian Constitution. They have to respect the principles of Indian Constitution. So these are the two conditions that has to be fulfilled by the political parties. So for example, X is a political party which is interested to contest elections in the year 2024. In the future, if they are interested to contest elections in 2024, they have to register their political party before Election Commission of India. And the second one is they have to take a pledge. The pledge is very simple: to abide by the principles of Indian Constitution. So these are the two important conditions which has to be fulfilled by any political party for registration of their party before Election Commission of India. Okay, so after fulfilling the conditions, after fulfilling these two conditions, okay, then the political parties will be classified into two categories. They will be classified into two categories. Some political parties are recognized as registered parties. Some political parties are recognized as registered parties. Some political parties are identified as recognized parties. Recognized political parties. Okay, some parties are called as registered political parties. Some political parties are called as recognized political parties. Okay, there is a small difference that can be observed between a registered political party as well as a recognized political party. For registered political party, you can take an example like Janasena party. Okay, for a recognized political party, you can take an example like BJP. Okay, Bharatiya Janata Party. So how can you differentiate the registered parties with the recognized political parties? Means the recognized political parties will have a larger reach. Okay, larger reach in the public. Okay, their accessibility or their discussions with the public or their interactions with the society is very high when compared with the registered political parties. And these recognized political parties will follow a particular ideology. Okay, particular ideology. Okay, BJP have an ideology, BSP has an ideology, Indian National Congress have an ideology. Okay, if you see BJP, okay, this is one political party which believes in an ideology called as capitalism. Okay, if you, for example, if you take INC, Indian National Congress, as an example, okay, they follow an ideology like center left ideology where they will focus on welfare approach. Okay, if you take CPI as a political party, Communist Party of India or Communist Party of India Marxist, they will follow the principles of Karl Marx which were mentioned in Das Kapital. So every recognized political party will have a particular ideology. Okay, their interactions are high when compared with the registered political parties. So in that way you can differentiate registered political parties with recognized political parties. So after fulfilling the conditions, the political parties are classified into two categories. One is registered, the second one is recognized. So here when you are comparing registered political parties with recognized political parties, recognized political parties have a higher identity in the society when compared with the registered political parties. So for recognized political parties, Election Commission of India has given certain advantages. Okay, so the advantages are only implemented. The advantages are only that will be implemented only for recognized political parties. Okay, there are some advantages that will be given for recognized political parties. If you see the advantages, the first important advantage for a recognized political party when compared with a registered political party is the first advantage. You can take example BJP as a recognized political party. So what are the advantages that will be given by the Election Commission of India for this recognized political party means the first and foremost important advantage is, okay, the Election Commission of India is going to give two copies of electoral roll is nothing but the list of voters who are going to participate in the election. So two copies of electoral roll, okay, will be given for the candidates who are going to contest from the recognized political parties. This is the first advantage that will be given only for the recognized political parties. The second advantage for recognized political parties is free airtime. Okay, free airtime will be given, okay, in Doordarshan. Free airtime will be given in Doordarshan, All India Radio, okay, even in Prasar Bharati. Okay, free airtime will be given in Doordarshan, All India Radio, as well as in Prasara Bharati. This is the second advantage. The third advantage is, if a person who is contesting from a recognized political party, if that person dies exactly before conducting the elections, then the elections are going to postpone for that particular constituency for 1 week. Okay, this is the advantage that will be given only for the recognized political parties. If a person from a recognized political party, okay, dies before the elections, okay, before conducting the elections, the elections are going to be postponed for 1 week. This is the benefit that will be given only for the recognized political parties. Okay, the fourth advantage is, okay, they will recognized political parties will get free space. Okay, free space in the state capital. Okay, free space will be identified by the government, and free space, okay, 1 acre or 2 acres of land will be allotted for the recognized political parties in state capital at free of cost or at discounted rates. This is the benefit that will be given only for the recognized political parties. Okay, and the fifth advantage for the recognized political parties is the fifth advantage. Okay, the fifth advantage for the recognized political parties is, okay, star campaigners will be given. Star campaigners will be given for the recognized political parties, and presently the star campaigners that will be allotted for the recognized political parties is around 40. Then who is called as a star campaigner means any person recognized by the president of that political party. Okay, maybe Prime Minister can be called as a star campaigner, or any person from film industry can be called as a star campaigner. 40 members will be allotted for recognized political parties, whereas 20 persons will be allotted only for the registered parties. That difference can be observed from registered parties with recognized political parties. The reason is very simple. Why such benefits are giving only for the recognized political parties means they have a larger reach in the society. Okay, these are the people who can acquire the power in future, and these are the political parties which can level the problems in the society in the parliament, on the floor of the house. Okay, their representation is high when compared with registered political parties.